Are we in an asset bubble right now? The problem with answering that question is usually we don't know if we're in one until after the bubble bursts. But of course, there are some signs like very rapid price increases or much higher valuations. The first most common bubble I'm asked about is, are we in a real estate bubble? Remember, the housing market in America is our largest market. It is over $40 trillion in total net worth. And the prices of the average American home have doubled in less than 10 years. It's at $406,000 right now. A single family home. But experts overwhelmingly say that's not going to happen anytime soon because there is now a lack of supply. Now, the bubble bursts when there is a housing glut and we see a huge crash in prices. We're nowhere near that. We need more houses. Then there are people who say we are in a tech bubble, mainly powered by AI, and I find that harder to dismiss. The world economy is struggling, but the tech markets are acting like everything's beautifully rosy because they keep attaching AI or some other fancy title to what's going to happen in the tech sector. As a result, speculators are flocking to stocks like Nvidia, Apple, Google, just to get some kind of profit and safety. Goldman Sachs says that no, we are not in a bubble and everything's going to stabilize. I don't trust Goldman Sachs, but maybe they're not wrong. Are we in a debt bubble because the US national debt is incredibly high? It's at $36 trillion. It's 120% of our GDP. This I find the most difficult to dismiss. We have been at higher debt to GDP levels in the past, like World War II, but still, that is quite risky. And if we keep going on this trajectory of maintaining a high debt to GDP ratio, and maybe that ratio keeps climbing, I don't have the expertise to determine whether or not we can sustain that. The one saving grace about our debt is that 75% of it is owned internally by our own country, and only 25% of it is held by foreign holders. And of that 75% of the debt that is internal, most of it is intergovernmental, held by the Federal Reserve, the Social Security Administration, and a whole bunch of other intergovernmental administrations, along with our largest banks. Obviously, if we manage to cut spending in some successful way and raise our GDP high enough and we start to see a lowering debt to GDP ratio, then we don't have to worry about that being such a bubble. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving any financial advice. I do have a degree in economics and mathematics, but the purpose of this post and all of my posts right now are to spark discussion and just deep thinking about our economy.